Namaste everyone.
Namaste, we are back.
Krishnan is back with his storytelling session. Sorry for the rather big break. He was going through his examinations, that was the reason. So Krishnan, what story are we going to say today?
So today's story is about Mandodari.
Mandodari, the wife of Ravana.
Yes, correct.
Hmm.
So let's start. A long, long time ago, there lived a group of sages
Hmm.
who were very religious.
Hmm.
So they were always happy and peaceful. They always did the dharmic rites.
Hmm.
They were always happy. So there was a frog who lived nearby. That frog used to always observe the sages or the rishis and also became happy and religious.
Seeing these saints.
Yes, seeing the saints.
Hmm.
Started following the same way they did. So the frog also became happy.
Hmm.
So every day those sages would bath and then go to do their daily works and rituals and all that, and they used to drink water from a well nearby.
Hmm.
So even the frogs would follow them or sometimes stay there and wait for them to come back.
Hmm.
One day those sages went to do their daily work. At that time the frog was passing nearby through the well. At that time the frog saw a snake, a poisonous snake,
Mhm.
going towards the well.
Hmm.
The frog got alarmed. Oh my god! The snake went into the well and the water became poisonous because the snake was poisonous and it released its venom to the well.
Into the well water.
Well water. So the water also became poisonous. Now the frog thought for a moment, oh my god, the sages drink water from that well, and if they drink that poisonous water, then they will also die. So in order to protect their life, that frog stood nearby to the well, and as soon as the sages returned from their work, as soon as they put their eye on the well, at that moment the frog jumped into the well.
Okay. But then the frog would be dead.
Yeah, the frog would be dead. I'll come to that. So the sudden movement alarmed the sages.
Okay.
They were attracted towards the frog and they went there and looked what happened. Why did that frog jump? What is his health problem? Like that. The sages and the frog did not know. The sage did not know anything about the frog, but the frog used to observe the sages. So they don't know each other, but the frog absorbed the sages. So when they looked there, they found the frog dead.
Inside the well.
Yeah, inside the well because of the venom. So they took the frog outside the well, and when they observed it, they found that the frog's body turned blue-black color.
Because of the venom.
Because of the venom. So they realized that the water was poisonous. And then through their yogic powers, they knew that they understood that the frog gave up his life for saving the sage's life.
That means the frog jumped into the well in order to alert the saints that the water was poisonous.
Yes, correct. So the sages or the saints were very happy.
Why?
Because that frog saved their life.
Okay.
So what did they do is that through their yogic powers, they brought back the frog to life so that the frog could ask them for a boon.
Okay.
For the price.
As a note of thanks for
as a note
saving
of
their
thanks.
lives,
Yeah.
the saints
Brought
brought
not the body but the Atma. Only the Atma. So for some time. So it happened, the sage brought back the Atma's life, and then the frog talked in a human voice. It asked, the sages asked for a boon to give, to ask any boon. So the frog asked in a human voice, I want to be in my next life, I want to be married, I should be very beautiful, beautiful like Parvati, goddess Parvati. And I want to get married to a man who is an emperor and who is very learned man.
Okay.
He is a bhakta of Lord Shiva and fully learned man.
Okay.
So the sages gave that boon to the frog and the frog died because only for some time the life was brought. So after that, after many years later, the frog took birth as Mandodari, Devi Mandodari, who later married Ravana. Ravana, as you know, is a great emperor, bhakta of Lord Shiva, really powerful and completely learned in all Vedas, Puranas and epics. So, the Mandodari, goddess Mandodari, who was born to Mayasura, who was the architect of the Asuras, and Mayasura's wife,
Hema.
yes. Hema, the celestial dancer. So they both gave birth to Mandodari.
And Mandodari was this frog.
Yeah.
Who got boon from the saints for saving their lives.
Yes.
Okay.
So after Mandodari was married to Ravana, Ravana had all the gunas like
she wished.
Yeah, she wished for, but unfortunately she forgot to ask for happiness in her life. So, as you know, in Ramayana, Ravana and Mandodari are there. But Mandodari,
And they had a son?
Yeah, they had a son known as Meghna,
Meghna.
who was the first son. So, but unfortunately, always Mandodari had to face problems. She was never happy with her life. She was never happy with her husband. The husband never cared of her. But Mandodari always used to warn her husband that don't do this, don't do that. Even during the Sita Harana, when Ravana did the Sita Harana, at that time also Mandodari warned Ravana, don't do this. Rama, it's the great Lord Rama's Patni, don't do that. But Ravana did not listen anything that Mandodari told, and as a result there was a war and Ravana was killed by Rama. And one fact is that why did Mayasura and Hema keep the name of Mandodari as Mandodari?
Mandukam.
Yeah.
From the word
correct.
Mandukam?
Yes. Mandukam is a Sanskrit word
Which
which
means
means
frog.
frog. So Mayasura and Hema knew that
In the last birth.
what was her past life. So in order to
We connect that.
connect that, they kept the name as Mandodari.
Mandodari.
Now Mandodari is recognized as the Panchakanyas.
Panchakanyas. Okay,
Yes.
we will come to Panchakanyas in a moment.
Yes.
Shall I ask you, Krishnan, what did you learn from the story? Did you learn anything from the story?
Yes.
What did you learn?
I learned from the story that
Can you be a little louder?
yes. I learned from this story. According to me, when we are asking a boon, we should think from all the directions. So Mandodari asked for a boon where she had a powerful husband, but an important thing in her life. Happiness is the greatest thing. It's an important part of her life. We need happiness in our life.
Yes.
She forgot to ask the meaning of her life. So we should not repeat that mistake actually.
So whenever you get a chance to ask a boon from somebody, please ask for happiness and peace rather than for other worldly luxuries. If there is peace and happiness, the rest of the things will follow, isn't it?
Yes.
So that is about the moral of the story. Okay, coming back to the Panchakanyas. Carry on, Krishnan.
Yes. So Mandodari is also recognized as the Panchakanyas. Now who are the Panchakanyas? The Panchakanyas are Ahalya, Tara, Mandodari, Draupadi and Sita. So you must have learned you must have heard of all these names. Ahalya is there in Ramayana, Tara is also there in Ramayana, Mandodari is, and Sita is also in Ramayana. And Draupadi is
Except
in
for
Mahabharata.
Draupadi, all the others are from Ramayana. Draupadi is from
Mahabharata.
Mahabharata. So these Panchakanyas are 5 great women in our epics. We know that ancient India gave a lot of importance to women, and if you see the life of these women, Ahalya, Tara, Mandodari, Draupadi, all these 5 women, they faced a lot of difficulties during their lives. Be it Draupadi, be it Tara, be it Mandodari, all these women are epitomes of a great character. Even though they faced a lot of difficulties in their lives, they stood strong by their dharma, and that is why we respect these 5 women as Panchakanyas. There is even a shloka in Sanskrit which goes like this: Ahalya, Draupadi, Sita, Tara, Mandodari tatha Panchakanya smare nityam mahapatakanashanam. That is, if you even remember the names of these Panchakanyas in the morning after your bath, it is said to wash away all your sins. It is actually a reminder to you in your daily life that even when you are facing all the difficulties like these women faced, you can stay rooted to your dharma, and that in itself is a great achievement. Staying rooted to your dharma in spite of all the difficulties is the greatest achievement in a person's life. So let us all remember this shloka also in our daily life. That was the story of Mandodari. And another thing, these Panchakanyas, besides this shloka of the Panchakanyas, there is a dance form in Odisha. Let me check the name. There is a dance form in Odisha which refers to these Mahari dance. Mahari dance form which depicts the story of these Panchakanyas. So that was a small information on the Panchakanyas. Hope you like this episode. Please, those who have not subscribed, please subscribe to our channel, and friends, please like and share as well. That will be a great encouragement for a small venture. Thank you so much.
Thank you and
Hari
have a nice
Om.
day. Hari Om. Namaste.